God bless you. I want you to know that we live in a matrix. And God is want me to let you know that we live in a matrix. We live in a system that's not really real. We live in a system that's against us. We live in a system that they own. And here, what you see on your screen right now is part of the matrix. This is North Carolina, where they had all those floods and killed all those people. This is North Carolina, the city council. And this is all over the country. I like to call them uh, the hidden masters, the hidden uh, people that guide us. And they want you to think that you have a free country. I like to call them uh, the uh, people that are hidden behind the doors that guides our lives and tell us what to do. You don't have a free voting system. How in the world, in an all black city, let me tell you, Japanese vote for Japanese, Chinese vote for Chinese, Mexicans vote for Mexicans, Italians vote for Italians. But why is it in all black cities is there a slave master? All white city council members. You may have one or two, but they have no power. They say, "Oh, we got to sprinkle a few dark people in there just to give them the power." And you got to understand too. I'm not really talking about black and white. We're in a matrix, people. We're in a matrix, and you have to open your eyes out of that matrix. You have to. The matrix here is usually all white. Like I said, I'm explain it later. I'm not talking about just white people. I'm talking about Nephilim. I'm talking about demons. I'm talking about principalities and powers in high places. The people that guide you, the people that are over you are principalities and powers that they're Nephilim. They're demons and they're evil people that follow the Nephilim and the demons. That's what you have to understand that. These people are not people of God at all. They call themselves Christians. They call themselves Christians, but they're not people of God. Excuse me. They're not people of God. No, because it seems like when they're in a black community, they're still the power that be is white. The power that be is white. And like I said, the matrix, you may not understand what the word matrix means. The matrix is to stay in your place, don't ask questions, and do what we say. And that's the matrix. And when you break out of that matrix, a lot of people can't because of money, the power that be. They have all this power up here, and they want to make sure that you want to fit in with them. And people want to fit in. And so you can't talk to about that. You have to stay in your place. You can't ask questions, and you have to do what they say. Okay? Because you got to understand that Jesus Christ came back for his people. He came back for black Jews. I'm gonna tell you here in a minute. This is not a racist thing. Because let me tell you, he came back for black Jews. All the Jewish people are black. The Romans were fighting against black people in a ghetto. Nathan was telling the people when they said they found Jesus, they said, "What good can come out of come out of Nazareth?" Jerusalem is a ghetto of black people mastered by Romans, of the people that's mastering you today. Same people from Europe. The same people Romans, the legs of iron. Iron represents Rome. Iron represents Europe. Iron represents Christianity. And iron represents the Pope. The Pope and Christianity are the same. Jesus never he was called whatever, but he never called himself a Christian. He never called his disciples a Christian. I'm not going against your Bible and your the way you thinking, but you got to get out of the matrix. You got to get out of the matrix. When they say you're gonna have a gay day today, you think homosexuality. You're not thinking what it really means. It means you're going to have a happy day today. And so you have to come out of the matrix and understand that there's two Christianities. There's one that our parents used to say was people of God, the people of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And yesterday they followed that. They prayed to that. Today they follow money. These people are only, I'm telling you, only black people. And that's not the Africans. Although all Africans are black, and all black people come from Africa. I'm not talking about Africans. Africans worship ancestors. Africans worship ancestors. And people of God, I'm not going to say Christians, but you know what? If I do, it's okay. Just so you know, you're the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you worship the Bible, not pastor. As long as you worship the Bible, I don't mind you saying Christian. But when you say Christian, you're really talking about Sunday and the Pope. But you don't know that, you're in the matrix. Because you got to understand, he's never known any other nation. God has never known any other nation. See, all the other nations, it was sinners, idolaters, killers. But you got to understand, let me run this through you. I've said this before. White people worship money. They can say God. Anybody can say God. White people worship money. I'm going to show you that we are the people of God. We are the chosen ones. White people worship money and power and position, and that's all. You can go to most of these white nations, and they will tell you we don't believe in Jesus Christ. Show me one doggone all black parade anywhere in this nation, anywhere outside this nation. We are not them. We are not them. We don't worship like them. Come out from among them. Come out from among them. We are not them. They are not us. You can't do what they do. White people worship money and money only. Money, power, and position. Okay? Puerto Ricans, Mexicans love Catholicism. They love Catholicism. They love to have statues, just like the Catholics. You go to any Puerto Rican or Mexican towns, they got statues all over the place because they're Catholic. They worship the beast. Brown-skinned people. Indians, brown-skinned people. They love earth, wind, and fire. They love spirits. The spirits of the wind, the spirits of fire, the spirits of the earth. Why do you think they hate the sun? Because God said, I'm going to throw you into outer darkness. You worship what you fear. You worship what you fear. God said, I'm going to throw you into outer darkness. And what's in that outer darkness? The lake of fire, the sun. What's in that outer darkness? S-U-N, the sun. So why are people sun worshipers? Because they fear the lake of fire. The lake of fire is so hot, it gives you your summers, you mow your grass. The grasshoppers are jumping, the butterflies are going. You just love the sun. But you don't understand that's the lake of fire. And you see it all the time. God said when you go, in the last part of the Bible, he said when you go up to worship Jesus, after he done took us out of all this mess, and Jesus is going to run everything, he said when you go up to Jesus, you're going to look up, and you're going to see the carcasses of the ones that didn't obey God, that obeyed pastor instead of the Bible. T.D. Jakes, I hear his, this swallowing pastor, I hear his sayings everywhere I go. That proves they're worshiping pastor and not the Bible. I tell them, why don't you worship on the Sabbath? I can worship any day. I can worship God any day. No, you can't. Because God says to rest. He specifically said to rest. That's the command, to rest, to not buy or sell. Now, this Catholic man that everybody has bowed down to, every power in this world has come to the Pope, he's come to the Vatican and bowed down to this man. I don't care whether they're Muslim or your Christian pastors, they have bowed down to this man, the Pope. The only two gods in this world at all, and you got to understand, wake up, get out of the matrix. Jesus Christ, big G, and the Pope, little g. That's it. Nobody in this world is worshipped like the Pope. The Pope had a head wound. The Pope, Napoleon, put him in jail. He was dead. He was dead. Catholicism was dead. They had no more power. They had church and they had state together to tell you who to worship and how to worship. It was dead. Let me tell you, only two gods, Jesus Christ, big G, and the Pope, little g. There's only two gods. Don't look at all these other religions. These are just to throw you off, to confuse you in the mind. You're in the matrix. You're in the matrix, people. You know what the matrix is, like I told you. I told you before, the matrix is to stay in your place, don't ask questions, and do what you say, do what we say. The Pope is only two gods. There's only two gods. And the only people that worship him is the black people in America. The black people in America. I'm not trying to offend. I'm not saying there's no African people that worship him, but what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to split the Africans. Like I said, we're African. All black people are African. I'm trying to split the Africans from the people of God that are African. The Africans worship, they worship ancestors. They worship ancestors. The people of God that are African worship Jesus Christ. The real people of God follow Jesus Christ. You see, Jesus Christ was in a church. He was following the church, like we are following the church, the Christian church. We love the Christian church. We love the shouting and the praising God. No other church is like that. All these other churches, they just want to be quiet. They want to get as far away from black people as they can get. Oh, don't be quiet. Don't shout. Don't holler out. Don't clap. Garbage. God said to get your, and some of them even said don't get no drums. And he's saying get your cymbals. Cymbals are drums. The Bible says hit your cymbals loud. Play it loud. Get all your instruments, it was saying. Get your lyre and all of these ancient instruments. He said get them all and play them loud when you're praising. Not when you're worshiping, but when you're praising. They don't believe in that. They're trying to stop you. Now, the whites love money. The Puerto Ricans and the Mexicans, they love earth, wind, and fire. Okay? The Indians, they love, the Indians across the ocean, loves Hare Krishna. Okay? And you got to understand that only black people in America, that's why we're here, worship Jesus Christ. We the only ones that they show on TV that are in church. No other race do they show that's in church all the time singing in choirs. No other race do they show that they're being persecuted in church, singing in church, being in church, worshiping Jesus, saying His name. We're carrying His cross. We're carrying the cross of Jesus Christ. Why? Because we are the people of God. And we're not all just in the United States. There's lots of them in Africa. They're spread out all over this world. But the bulk of them in Africa worship ancestors. That's how you know they're Africans. They're Egyptians. They're Nubians. Smart people, strong people, but they're not stronger than Jesus Christ. And so you got to understand that's who we are. And so these people here on TV, they're nothing but overseers, masters, and they're in every state. We only had 3 governors ever in the United States. I think we only got 1 now in Maryland. And that's it, just in Maryland. Only 1 now. Why is that? Why only 1? Because it's a matrix. It's trying to make you think that everything is fair. Everything is good. You know when you commit a crime that an all-white council, they call the grand jury, looks over the crime that you've committed, and they tell the police whether they can pursue this or not, and you really can't look in to see what they're doing. And when you got a grand jury that you don't know what's happening, they're all white, that's a sundown town. Let me tell you, anything all white is a sundown town. You think I'm being racist? No. Anything all white is a sundown town. And they won't let you in. They won't let you prosper. Look here, look at it. It says here, tiny homes not allowed in county commissioners and state representatives slam from YouTube. Why won't they do that? Because they're Nephilim. They seeing people die. They seeing people freezing to death. They seeing people don't have homes. They seeing people sleeping in the mud. They don't care. No regular man would not, his conscience would eat him alive. He couldn't live. He couldn't live going home to his nice house and his big $400,000 house and his nice cars and comfortable bed, and then to write down on something to say, no, you can't have anything to live. A man can't do that. I'm telling you, monsters are coming. They've been here, but they're coming. Monsters are coming. They don't care what you do. They don't care what you say. They just look at you like you speaking African language or Spanish or something. They don't know what you're talking about. They just looking at you like you're crazy. There's another headline too. It says Chicago gangbangers rage against Venezuelan migrants. Listen at that. You know, all of the news is to pit us together, to get out of the matrix. All of the news is to pit us together, to destroy us, to make us fight together, to make us fight against each other. And they laugh and they say that the migrants are taking money away from the black community. Black young men are the main murderers of black people, which is true. Black young men are the main murderers of black people. Did you remember Rwanda? Rwanda and the Hutu and the Tutsi? Let me see, I wrote something down about that. Let me see. You got to understand too, like, okay, in Rwanda, It was called the 100 Days in 1940 and 1994. And guess what? Jealousy, envy. They were called the Hutu and the Tutsi. The two factions was called the Hutu and the Tutsi. People were slaughtered by the Hutu, and they were slaughtering Tutsi. They were jealous of these people and killed those people against. And they pitted those people against each other. The Red Cross, the peacekeeping forces was all there, but they hid in a corner, protected themselves. They're supposed to be peacekeepers with guns and tanks and men. We're going to guard your country. And they let 800,000. They made a movie about it, Hotel Rwanda. Go look at that movie. You'll see that the white Nephilim, powers that be, let 800,000 Tutsis be slaughtered. Let me see, was that the Tutsis or the Hutu? Let me see here. The Hutu. Okay, the Hutus, the underprivileged, was killing the privileged Tutsi because they had power to kill now, and they were killing people that were rich because they were over them. They decided to kill the Tutsi, the Hutu. Hotel Rwanda, look at that. Now, what is God going to do for them people? Are you mad at the white people for pitting us together? Are you mad at the white people for pitting us against each other? No, that's the devil's job. That's the devil's job. Not white people, but people that are white. That's their job because they have the power. They rule the world right now. They rule the world. Are you mad at that? No, Jesus said, don't be jealous. Get that out of your heart. It's murder. Jealousy is murder. And guess what? 800,000 people. Can you imagine? Almost 1 million people were slaughtered in Rwanda. Hotel Rwanda. Watch that movie. 800 because of jealousy. Jealousy is murder. And you call yourself, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. So do the devils in hell. Why are they in hell? Because they don't obey God. You believe in God, you're going to hell. You have to obey God to get to heaven. The devils in hell believe in God, but they're in hell. If they believe, and that's all you need, wouldn't they be in heaven? 800,000 people, black people, massacred by these people. Same people. Red Cross, the peacekeeping organizations, and all of them are white. But let me tell you something. You cannot believe in black people. You're saying, what are you saying? You're just saying that the black people are people of God. Eh? No, not all people. Not all black people. It's the matrix. Please listen to me. Please listen to me so you will live. Because of what white people have done to us and are doing to us, we say black power. We say black power. And we find a person that can talk well like Farrakhan. He talked like a god, that man. He can talk like a god. But they said King Herod talked like a god too. But he didn't give Jesus Christ the acknowledgement that it was Jesus that allowed him to talk like that. And he died with worms coming out of his throat. They ate him alive. You got to understand, get out of the matrix. God has told me you should get out of the matrix. The matrix is stay in your place, don't ask questions, and do what you say. Black power is the matrix. Because we have been done so bad by these people. We are ruled by these people. You voting is a lie. president vote is look up the electoral vote. Electoral. We don't vote for the president. The electoral staff do. Guess what? They're all white. Guess what? They're sundown towns. They won't let you in. Why do you think all presidents have been white? I guarantee you, if it was real voting, there would be black people, Puerto Rican people, and everything else. But they have it under their arms, and you think you're free. Get out of the matrix. You're not free. Black people are not your friend. Don't go to black people and black power and black good talking people that hate white people. Don't go to. God says you can't hate people. You can't hate people. Now, on the other hand, white people are the same way. They stay with white power. Good white people. Good white people. I'm not just talking about. I'm talking about the Nephilim. I'm talking about the demons. I'm talking about the evil people that follow them. Good white people following them, that makes them evil. Talking about white because they have the money, they have the power, they have the position. What did God say? The principalities and powers are the evil people in this world. And because they have the big houses, because they have the basketball players, most of them are Nephilim. These people are 10, 6, and 7, 8 foot tall. That's how they was in the Bible. They weren't super giants in David's time. Some of them were. They were tall people, but most of the people were just, 8, 9 foot tall, and 12. So if you like 8 foot tall or something, you're Nephilim. 7.5 foot tall, you're Nephilim. These basketball players, they don't help you. They don't help nobody. They just help themselves. You don't see no basketball players coming to the rescue of black people. They'll make a school, but they'll make it for just a few people, and that's it. Black power is the matrix. Let me tell you, every black senator, that includes Martin Luther King, that includes Reverend Al, that includes all of these, Jesse Jackson, all of these people are in the matrix. All your what's her name or whatever, wear them hats, all of them people in Congress, they're bought and paid for. That's why we are where we are today. Because we trusted in them. And they're bought and paid for. They talk against blacks, but they never tell you about to go and keep your money. The only thing that rescued us back in the Martin Luther King time was when we stopped our money from going to white bus people. We stopped using their buses. And when they were about to go out of business, they called us all kind of names. And you're going to sit in the back. When we stopped, we didn't march. Marching did nothing. That's why he tell you, let's march. Let's go over here. Let's march. Let's march. But when you took their money, they said, okay, blacks can sit on the front of the bus now. Blacks can sit in the front of the bus now. Let me tell you, there's some good white people out there. Very good white people. I've met them. Very good black people out there. But let me tell you one thing. The matrix is black power. The matrix is white power. Good white people going over to white power thinking, this is why I got to be protected. No, Jesus Christ. If you believe in Jesus Christ, that's where you go to be protected. He said, believe in me, not white power. He said, believe in me, not black power. You got to understand, that's who Jesus Christ is. And the Antichrist is come down to be, what is the word? He's come down to make you think that he is a Christian. The Antichrist has come down, or the Pope, to make you think that they're Christians. Oh, they're Christians. Oh, they're like us. No, they're not like us. No, they're not like us. The Antichrist is coming back to pretend that he's a Christian. The followers of Jesus Christ and a follower of Jesus Christ, so that the real God that we are looking for is Jesus Christ is going to be fake, made up religions. They confuse you. No peace. Like in the days of Noah. No peace, just confusion. Marrying, giving in marriage, eating, drinking. Noah means rest, peace. The name Noah means rest and peace. These people are drinking and eating and just having fun until it was time to go. Their last day. My wife and I was talking about this, how that the angels had to shut them doors because they're big as a battleship. And he made it that way because when them people start knocking on that ark, Noah's best buddies and friends and their babies, the babies crying. I bet you Noah had to hold his head and go up to the top of the ark so he can't hear it anymore. Because they were screaming and crying. And Noah, you know me, you ate at my house. My babies, Noah, my babies. And then he had to go up to the cup. He couldn't open the door big as a battleship. An angel shut that door. He couldn't open that door. An angel shut that door and an angel opened that door. But the Antichrist is going to come pretending that he is a Christian. What do you think these churches are doing now? These churches are, you agreeing with these people that's slinging their tails and slinging their front ends and we're going away from God. We're going away from God, and you don't even know. You're just stuck in the matrix. You're stuck in the matrix. These people are going to act like they are of God, but they're not of God. And the Chicago gangbangers are against the Venezuelans. So now, the Chicago gangs, let me tell you something about a gang. Gangs are murderers of black people only. Gangs are the oppressors of black people. The people that hate us, that's in charge of the news, in charge of the movies, they made them look like they was our friend and they're talented. Of course, talented black people are talented. So they're going to use that talent to make you want to be like them and be evil like them. But they're murderers of our people. They're giving money. These gangs are given money by the powers that be, the powers, the Nephilim. They're giving them money to hold us down. They're giving guns. I've seen it on TV. These gangs members said guns was in a truck. And it was open. It had bullets, machine guns, everything in it. They're trying to destroy you by making you jealous, envious, hateful of each other. How are you going to get to heaven and you steal? How are you going to get to heaven and you kill? How are you going to get to... God is not playing anymore, people. God is coming to kill. I'm sorry to tell you, God is coming to kill. He's coming to destroy. He's coming to wipe out. And I feel sorry for you if you're not in that number. The Antichrist is coming as a Christian. Christians are not people of God. And they're going to show you that they're going back to their mother. And let me tell you this, another secret. And I'm going to shorten this here. Another secret. And I'm not talking political here. Trump, he has all of these Christian people around, all these Sunday keeping people around him. Now I want you to look up the blue laws. It's going to make Sunday a rest day. Excuse me, I got a little cold today or something. And it's going to make Sunday a rest day. Listen to me. Get out of the matrix. Get out of the matrix. Get out of the matrix. Blue laws. Look it up. You Google it. It's going to make Sunday